Being a single parent is tough. There's no manual, no cheat codes, and every decision feels like it could shape your child's entire future. Lord knows I've been there. We've all been there. But what if I told you there are 9 mistakes that most single parents make without even realizing? And these mistakes can affect their kids forever. Mistakes that we make because we're trying so hard to make up for the fact that there's only one of us. But sometimes in that trying, we end up hurting the very people we're working so hard to protect. Stay with me till the end, because mistake number 9 is the most heartbreaking and also the most common. And trust me, as your sister, I'm right here with you every step of the way. Welcome to the Real Life Chronicles, where real stories, real talk, and real impact come together. This is a safe space for us to be vulnerable, to learn, and to grow together. We dive into the heart of parenting, personal growth, and emotional awareness, especially when the stakes are high. If you're a single parent doing your absolute best, this video isn't about guilt. It's about awareness, empowerment, and breaking cycles that no child should have to repeat. Mistake number 1, using your child as emotional crutch. Now, I know how tempting it is to turn to your child for emotional support. They're your world, your everything. You might say things like, "You're the only one I have," or "You're my rock." And while you mean it with every fiber of your being, those words, they carry weight, a weight a child isn't equipped to bear. When a child becomes the emotional crutch for an adult, it burdens them with grown-up responsibilities too early. It's like asking a tiny butterfly to carry the weight of the world on its wings. This is called emotional parentification, and it can create anxiety, guilt, and even identity issues in adulthood. They start to feel like they have to take care of you instead of the other way around. Their childhood gets overshadowed by the weight of your emotional needs. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. You deserve a strong support system, and so does your child. Reach out to friends, family, a therapist, anyone who can offer you a listening ear and a shoulder to lean on. Let your child be a child. Let them experience the freedom of childhood without the pressure of being your confidant or therapist. Remember, you are their safe haven, not the other way around. Mistake number 2, speaking negatively about the other parent. Look, honey, divorce is tough. It's messy, it's painful, and sometimes it feels downright impossible to say anything civil about your ex. Trust me, I've been there. But I'm here to tell you, as your brother, that bad-mouthing the other parent in front of your child is one of the most damaging things you can do. When you constantly criticize your ex, no matter how justified it feels, your child absorbs that pain. They don't hear the nuances of your anger. They just hear you attacking someone they love. You may be attacking your ex, but your child hears, "Half of me is bad." Think about it. If someone keeps telling you that half of an apple is rotten, would you still want to eat it? No. You'd start to question the whole apple, right? It's the same with a child's sense of self. This constant negativity can lead to identity conflict, low self-esteem, and long-term relationship trust issues. So, what can you do instead? Vent to your friends, your family, a therapist, anyone but your child. They deserve a space free from the toxicity of adult conflict. Mistake number 4, overcompensating with gifts or freedom. We've all been there, that pang of guilt that makes you want to shower your child with gifts or give them endless freedom. But I'm here to tell you, as your sister, that true love isn't found at the bottom of a shopping bag or in the absence of boundaries. Kids don't need endless freedom or the latest gadgets. They need your presence, your guidance, and yes, even your nose. They crave structure, consistency, and the safety of knowing what to expect. Spoiling a child with material things or a lack of boundaries only creates entitlement and a false view of how the world works. Think about it. If you constantly give a plant too much water, what happens? It drowns, right? It's the same with children. Too much of a good thing can actually be harmful. So instead of showering them with material possessions, shower them with love, attention, and quality time. Read them a book, play a game together, have dinner as a family. These are the moments that truly matter. These are the moments they'll carry with them long after the toys are gone. Mistake number 4, making your child the man, woman of the house. making your child the man or woman of the house. When you're a single parent, it's easy to fall into the trap of relying on your child for things that a partner might typically handle. You tell yourself you're making them responsible, mature, but let's be real, you're putting unfair pressure on those young shoulders. It's like asking a child to carry a grand piano. It's just too heavy a burden for them to bear. It sounds empowering on the surface, but in reality, it can rob them of their childhood and lead to stress, perfectionism, or a crippling fear of failure. They start to believe that their worth is tied to how much they can do for you, instead of just being loved for who they are. Let your children be children. Let them play, explore, and make mistakes without feeling like they have to carry the weight of the household on their shoulders. Remember, they're your children, not your confidants, your therapists, or your little helpers. Mistake number 5, inconsistency in discipline. Let's be honest, being a single parent is exhausting. Sometimes, the last thing you want to do is enforce rules and deal with tantrums. It's tempting to swing between being too strict one minute and too lenient the next just to keep the peace. But here's the thing, inconsistency breeds confusion. Just like a plant needs consistent sunlight and water to thrive, children need consistent boundaries and expectations to feel safe and secure. When discipline flips and flops, it creates insecurity and can even lead to behavioral issues. Think of it like this. Imagine driving a car where the speed limit constantly changed without warning. One minute it's 30, the next it's 60, and then back down to 15. It would be chaos, right? That's what it's like for a child living with inconsistent rules. So what's the key? Clear, consistent boundaries, calmly and lovingly enforced. It won't always be easy, but trust me, the consistency will create a sense of safety and stability that your child desperately needs. Mistake number 6, keeping kids out of adult decisions entirely. Yes, they're children, but they're also incredibly intuitive little beings who pick up on more than we realize. When major life changes happen, like moving, remarriage, or new routines, not explaining or including them in an age-appropriate way can lead to resentment and rebellion. They might not need to know every single detail, but a little explanation goes a long way. It's about making them feel like they're part of the family unit, not just along for the ride. Think of it like this. Imagine being told you're going on a trip, but no one will tell you where or why. You'd be anxious and confused, right? Children thrive on predictability and feeling secure. So share enough context to help them feel safe and included. Let them ask questions. Even if their worries seem small to you, remember that to them, they're huge. Mistake number 7, living through your child. We all have dreams. Some we achieve and some we tuck away in the corners of our hearts. But here's the thing. Your child is not your second chance to achieve those unrealized aspirations. Trying to fix your missed dreams through your child, whether it's sports, careers, or school, creates immense pressure and can stifle their own unique potential. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work. Every child is born with their own set of gifts and talents. It's our job as parents to nurture those, not impose our own unfulfilled desires upon them. Let your child's light shine in its own unique way. Celebrate their individuality, not your unfinished business. Remember, their journey is not your do-over. It's their opportunity to write their own story. Mistake number 8, ignoring mental health red flags. Let's face it, being a single parent is a constant juggling act. You're working, parenting, managing a household. It's easy to miss the subtle signs of struggle in your child. But here's the hard truth. Unspoken pain doesn't disappear. It grows in silence. If you notice changes in their behavior, their mood, their sleep patterns, or their eating habits, don't dismiss it. It might be nothing, but it also might be a sign that they need help. And seeking that help early is crucial. There's no shame in asking for support. Therapy is not failure, it's a preventative measure. It's about giving your child the tools they need to navigate the challenges life throws their way. Remember, you are their advocate, their protector, and sometimes that means seeking professional help when they need it most. Mistake number 9, forgetting self-care. This, my friend, is the most silent mistake and the most dangerous. When you're constantly running on empty, you parent from a place of depletion, not love. You snap more easily, you have less patience, and you're not fully present for those precious moments. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Your healing, your well-being, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation upon which you build a healthy, loving relationship with your child. So take care of yourself. Indulge in activities that bring you joy, connect with friends, seek therapy if you need it. Fill your cup so that you can, in turn, fill your child's cup with love, patience, and understanding. Being a single parent isn't a weakness, it's a strength most people can't imagine. And the fact that you're even watching this, trying to improve, is already a sign that your child has a warrior for a parent. You are doing an incredible job, even on the toughest days. These mistakes, they're not life sentences, they're lessons. And awareness is the first step toward change. It's about progress, not perfection. If this video spoke to you, hit that like button. It tells YouTube that this message matters. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these mistakes surprised you the most? Or what lesson do you wish all parents knew? Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because at the Real Life Chronicles, we don't just tell stories, we rewrite futures. We support each other, we uplift each other, and we remind each other that we are not alone.